Welcome back, dear children. And we left in this slide. Shall we continue with this? Yes. It did. I'm afraid. So, who is afraid? The boy was afraid because he is saying that the shoes are creaked. Okay. So, you got them wet before they found themselves. I don't think so. So, these are the words of Mr. Jessler. Right. At that, he lowered his eyes as if hunting for memory of those boots, and I felt sorry I had mentioned this grave thing. Send them back, he said. I will look at them. Okay. Send. They're using Z, right? But here we are using yes. We used to say send as SEND. Send them back. He said, I will look at them. See, he lowered his eyes. He's not seeing any other thing. Okay, as if hunting for memory of those boots. And I felt sorry I had mentioned this grave thing. Send them back. He said, I will look at them. Right? Can you able to understand, dear? Right. Some boots, he continued slowly because he's a businessman. He used to be polite, and particularly Mr. Jessler was thinking about the quality always, right? So he continued slowly, are bad from birth. What are bird? What are bad from birth? Some boots. So some leather pieces, some boots are bad from birth. So when we are manufacturing, when the leather was there, that time itself, some boots will be bad. That is what he's mentioning. If I can do nothing with them, I take them off your bill. So see, even though he's a small shopkeeper, he said, if I can do nothing with them, I will take them off your bill. That means I will repay the bill. No need to pay money for that boots. How good enough he is, right? Now once only, I went absent-mindedly into his shop in a pair of boots bought in an emergency at some large firm. He took my order without showing me any leather, and I could feel his eyes penetrating the inferior covering of my foot. At last he said, those are not my boots. Here das is there, those. Okay, those are not my boots. Only once, the boy went to another shop, okay, a very big, large firm, to buy a shoe for emergency. So which appears good, which is satisfied for us, he took it and came off. But when he enter into Mr. Jessler's shop, Jessler's eyes pointed to the inferior covering of the foot. Even though it was bought in a very good firm, large firm, but the covering was not good. It was inferior. At last he said, those are not my boots. The tone was not one of anger nor of sorrow, not even of contempt, but there was in it something quiet that froze the blood. That means what? Where the quality is, we are not going behind the quality. We are seeing the appearance of the concern, and we are going into a very big concern. Even though Mr. Jessler's boots were of good quality, but his shop was very small. Since his shop was very small, most of the customers were not believing him, were not coming to his shop. That is what. The tone was not one of anger, nor of sorrow, not even of contempt, but there was in it something quite that froze the blood. That the feeling of, you have to understand, you have to realize the feeling. That's why no picture was given here. You visualize the feeling. He put his hand down and pressed his finger on the place where the left boot was not quite comfortable. So, do you think the boy was comfortable with the shoes he bought with the large firm? No, not at all. Okay, he was not comfortable. The left side boot was not quite comfortable for him. Right. And one more, here German accent was more here. Okay, let us see what is the words there. Come on, take your book, dear. Page number. Check the page number, Kana. Page number 74. It hurts you there, he said. It hurts you there, he said. Those big firms have no self-respect. It hurts you there, he said. It hurts you there, he said. Those big firms have no self-respect. So, and then, as if something had given way within him, he spoke long and bitterly. It was the only time I ever heard him discuss the condition and hardship of his trade. Really, it was very hard because of advertisement and many other politics, the smaller firms, and the quality things are downtrodden, right? That is what he's expressing here. They get it all, he said. They get it by advertisement, not by work. Mr. Jessler has no advertisement. He's not giving any advertisement about his shoes, about his shop, nothing. Customers are coming to him by knowing his quality. Nothing other than that. Okay? They get it all, he said. They get it by advertisement and not by work. See, underline the words. They get it by advertisement, not by work. They take it away from us who lose our boots. It comes to presently, I have no work. Every year it gets less. So he said, the work which I did before was more, and now people are going beyond advertisement, and every year the work I am getting is becoming very less. You will see that. And looking at his lined his so many lines because of his age, I saw things I had never noticed before. Bitter things and bitter struggle, and what a lot of gray hairs there seemed suddenly in his red beard. So, all bitterness, sadness, everything you can notice in Mr. Jessler's face, in his old face. Okay, shrinker face. As best I could, I explained the circumstances of those ill omened boots, but his face and voice made so deep an impression that during the next few minutes I ordered many pairs. They lasted longer than ever, and I was not able to go to him for nearly 2 years. So, for more than 2 years, he ordered many boots. Okay. For what? For what reason he ordered many boots? He want to understand. He wants Jessler to understand that he's making a good quality shoes. His shoes are long lasting. It was terribly working for years together, right? To make him understand that and to console him, he ordered many pairs. And the next 2 years is not necessary to meet him. It was many months before my next visit to his shop. This time I appeared to be his elder brother, handling a piece of leather. Right? Well, Mr. Jessler, I said, how are you? He came close and peered at me. I'm pretty well. It's not pretty, it's pretty well, he said slowly. But my elder brother is dead. Okay, so we have to feel sorry for his elder brother. And I saw that it was indeed himself, but how aged a man. And never before had I heard him mention his brother. Much shocked, I murmured, "Oh, I'm sorry." "Yes," he answered. "He was a good man. He made a good boot. But he's dead." And he touched the top of his head, where the hair had suddenly gone as thin as it had been on that of his poor brother, to indicate. So, because of sadness, all his hair went down. I suppose the cause of his death. Do you want any boots? And he held up the leather in his hand. It's a beautiful piece. See, can you able to see the leather in his hand? It was a beautiful brown leather, right? I ordered several pairs. It was very long before they came, but they were better than ever. One simply could not wear them out. And soon after that, I went abroad. For his studies, he went abroad. It was over a year before I was again in London. And the first shop I went to was my old friends. I had left a man of 60 years. When Mr. Jessler was 60, he went abroad. The boy went abroad. When he came back to one of 75. So after 15 years, he is coming back, right? And Mr. Jessler was pinched and owned, who genuinely this time did not at first know me. He doesn't recognize me because 15 years back I saw him. Okay, the small boy saw him. And now after 15 years, he's meeting him again, right? "Do you want any boots?" he said. "I can make them quickly. It's a black dim." I answered, please, I want boots all around, every kind. Right? So he thought of ordering many pairs of shoes. I had given those boots up when one evening they came one by one. I tried them on in shape and fit, in finish and quality of leather. They were the best he had ever made. I flew downstairs, wrote a check, and posted it at once with my own hand. See, it is worth for everything. Such a beautiful, and finishing was perfect, fitting was perfect, quality was perfect. See, this is the best shoe he had ever owned. A week later, passing the little street, I thought I would go in and tell him how splendidly the new boots fitted. But when I came to where his shop had been, his name was gone. What is the name of the shop, dear? Mr. Jessler Brothers, right? So that name was not there. Instead, some other name was there. Okay. So I hope you can able to follow my story. Yes, We'll continue in the next session, dear. And thank you so